Gibbons. He runs a steamboat between New Jersey and New York. Unfortunately, it's 1808 and things are about to go very wrong for him.
Someone complained about Thomas to the New York government, and that person was none other than Aaron Ogden, who had somehow convinced the New York government to grant him a complete monopoly over that route. As you might expect, when Aaron took Thomas to the New York Court of Chancery, New York stood by the decision to grant Aaron's monopoly, and Thomas lost. Obviously unhappy with the court's decision, Thomas decided to take the case up to the Court of Errors, where the decision was upheld. After 2 losses, Thomas's only hope was the Supreme Court. Fortunately for Thomas, the gods in the Supreme Court were merciful. A writ of certiorari was written, and a conference to hear his case was scheduled on the docket. Aaron Ogden had a license that was granted to him by New York to operate with a monopoly in this area. However, Thomas had a federal coasting license. Because one license was granted by a state and the other one by the federal government, the decision the court made here would determine whether or not the federal government could regulate commerce on an interstate level. Now, here I'm supposed to defend both sides of this argument, but I believe in this case there's a very clear moral obligation to allow the federal government to control the states, as before this case, New York was able to seize any steam vessel within its waters that didn't have a license from New York. Meanwhile, in neighboring states, you weren't allowed to sail if you had a New York license. And New Jersey had a law stating that if you were punished by New York, you would be entitled to compensation from New Jersey. And the opposing party in that scenario would also be subject to fines from New Jersey. The laws the states were creating against each other were an embarrassing mess in the opinion of the court, and Thomas Gibbons was able to win with a unanimous vote from all 7 justices, which allows Congress to step in and take control of interstate matters when necessary.